Okay, vlog 2, take 2. A dream worth dreaming. This is something I'm more passionate about, and I think it's gonna be easier to be engaged and excited because I care about this a lot. Okay, let's start off with a question. If you had all the money in the world and you already bought all the things that you want or could possibly want, what would you do then? What would be your next go-to? You have everything, you took all the vacations, you spent all the time off, and now you're itching to be engaged in something meaningful, and you want your life to have value and add value to the world. But what would you do? I think it's a question that helps you hone in on what you truly want out of life. Maybe makes you reflect on who you are, how you approach problems, how you approach the world, what gift you have to give. So essentially the question is, what is your dream? And if you had all the resources to do it, if there wasn't any roadblocks, what would you do? And I think when you take the courageous act to move towards that goal, even with the struggle of barely making it financially, even with the struggle of not having people support you, I think that brings the most meaning to your life. Um, so ultimately for me, for my 20 to 50-year goal, I want to create an organization called Dream Walking that's going to empower creators, empower creators, and give them the tools they need. I want it to be fully funded. I want to have a campus to where creators can come together, brainstorm, have all the tools to create something that they want to do, whether it's like the classical arts, like paint, sculpture, anything that brings beauty to society, architecture, or if it's something that's innovative, that drives technology, have all types of tools for people that can use that there, so they can make progress in society that way. Yeah, but ultimately I want to own or create an organization, a conglomerate, like a collective of organizations that can help the creators in society that I think are often on the margins, um, that don't really that aren't really seen from a corporate perspective as valuable until they add value. But for a lot of creatives, I think maybe they get pushed aside to the point to where their ideas and their innovative minds are put to death because they're not funded and they're not in a place uplifted to where they can live in what they're truly meant to do, which is create or to bring the ideas, the abstract ideas, into the natural realm of doing things. Um, so yeah, I really want to help creators create full time. That's one of my personal goals, is just to be a full time creator, and I'm sort of taking a different uh, financial road to get there. And I think that it could work out for me, but I want to help other people that maybe don't have that idea or don't have that way of seeing things to still be funded and still have their ideas and their innovations and their inventions, their creative acts funded, so that way they can do what they want to do and do what they love, and add a lot of value to society. And I think we're missing out on that. Um, so yeah, I want to help other creators basically get sponsored and do what they love. Personally, I love to create. I understand the burning desire you have. Whenever you want to create, you can't create. You're stuck at work. You're stuck in these weird situations, these predicaments where it's not optimal to create. And so, from a personal place, I understand the pain of wanting to create and not having the freedom to. But also, I have a belief that the creators are vital for society, whether it's for driving progress with innovation or driving culture through beauty, creating music, creating sculpture, architecture, things like that, that aren't really seen as valuable until it's 500 years in the future, and Rome and Europe is the most beautiful place in the world, and they have all types of tourists, and they have an industry based on beauty. But that wasn't seen then. But stuff like that adds value to a culture, and that's probably how their country gains half of their money at least. So yeah, those both of those things are important to me, and I think are important to the people that are doing them, but they're not always seen that way by people that live their practical day-to-day lives. Like, maybe that's not as important. Maybe you should get a regular job. You should be this or that, and it should fit into the way we know that you can make money. But it's not always about making money. But it's hard to see that whenever you're living in I know it's hard to see that whenever you're living in a place to where you feel like there's a lot of struggle and there's a lot of times where there's not enough money. So it's hard to live in a dream like that, and hard to live in a hope like that whenever that's the prominent voice living in your situation. So yeah, hopefully I can help people like that get sponsored and get funded, and prove the people wrong that maybe are telling them that creating isn't as vital as they know it is to themselves. So yeah, the organization that I want to have, it's like a 20 to 50 year goal for myself, but I wanted to have a campus for sure, a fully funded campus with all the tools needed for creators. I wanted to be able to have seminars and teachers come in, even people that are like training others, like hands-on, one-on-one, like mentorships and stuff like that. And then out of the organization, I want it to be more than just a campus. I want it to be an idea that that cascades out to create a bigger network of people, to connect creators with each other to build society, or connect creators to businesses, and maybe have like a more of like a global stretch, like an outreach, a network. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna name this channel Dream Walking, because it's gonna be dedicated to that. I'm gonna, for now, since it's like a shorter term goal, I'm gonna have the resale videos that I'm doing, so that way I could eventually have my own creative clothing brand, stuff like that. That's a personal project of mine. But the overarching vision for my 50 year goals is going to be my life vision of wanting to be a full-time creator, but also helping other creators be full-time, helping other creators do what they love to do. And there's nothing else I'd really want to spend my energy and time doing. For myself, I answered the question, if I had everything, if I took all the trips, did all the vacations that I wanted to do, if I had everything in life, what would I do next? And I think this is what I would want to do next after that question. I would want to be a creator, and I'd want to, because it brings the most meaning to me personally. I feel the most fulfilled when I'm creating, and I want to help other people that are creators, that understand that pain and that feeling, to be sponsored and know that they could have the freedom to do what they love to. So yeah, there's nothing else I would want to do. Of course, I still want to take the trips. I don't have all the money in the world. I'm not in that spot. But if I'm going to work on something that's meaningful to me, and I think is meaningful to the people around me, this is what I want it to be. And there's nothing else I'd rather do.